No question that the countdown is on. All right, we are live in just 3 minutes. No question about it. All eyes on Florida, but all eyes actually. Yep. Okay, there we go. Those North Providence moms. Live, real news. That is exactly right. Here we go on the Wednesday. Oh, good. Yep. Just do this. Okay. There we are. Okay. All right. We're live in just 2 minutes, 2 minutes away, 2 minutes out. Yes, look at this day. Yes, we'll be out live later. Are you kidding me? I'm not sure why I even have to answer that question. But yes, we are. All right, we are standing by to go live. I'll give you the latest. This is Catherine. Folks, but as we are standing by, and we are going to be live in just 2 minutes. Now, I'd like to utilize this time. Again, don't forget, we have great Road Patrol merchandise in the online shop at the website, dpetro.com. And we even added, someone said, can you add some different colors? Look at that nice woman shirt, pink. Yes, they asked, somebody requested pink. And then we have all kinds of great items that are available in the shop at the website, dpetro.com. And all Road Patrol gear clearly is there, as a matter of fact. Now, also, I got to file those away, actually. Don't forget, again, we are standing by for our cue, where we shall then, we're going to go live and begin the real news at 1. Yes, we are. Okay. Let's see. And we are standing by. JR will give us the signal. The answer is yes, we will be live later on this Wednesday for Road Patrol. It was busy last night. And we'll also have that up on the website, dpetro.com. There it is, folks, at 1:06 on this Wednesday. It's October 9th. This is the real news. Yes, right now on this Wednesday, and it's brought to you by PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center, 3688 Quaker Lane in North Kingstown. Remember, Steve and Debbie and Junior and Byron. It's PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. They have a tremendous selection. Homegrown mums and kale are available. Outstanding this year. They have the fall decorations, and you're seeing so many of them. Pumpkins, straw bales, corn stalks, gourds, Indian corn. More people are decorating their homes or businesses, and they're embracing autumn. Why not? PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. This is the ideal time also for planting. Large selection of trees, shrubs, perennials. They have it all. Look at today. Nice sunshine, cool temperatures. You don't need a lot of watering. Great growth outside. Folks, stop in and see them. PR Landscape Materials and Garden Center. They're open 7 days a week. There they are. And also look for them on Facebook. Now, I did want to mention, check out dpetro.com. We have the story about the North Providence mothers. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But we have that story up. We have video from Road Patrol. We are going to have the video up from Road Patrol last night, which was busy. We were in East Providence. We were in Pawtucket. We ended up in West Warwick, an armed robbery. I don't see the rest of the media is covering everything like that. That's fine. That's good coverage for us. But check it out on the website, dpetro.com, which is brought to you by the Coesit Inn, 226 Coesit Avenue, West Warwick. They're open 7 days a week. Lunch, dinner, drinks in the lounge, and they're waiting for you. at the Coesit Inn, and the market at Coesit is also open. Now, I want to touch on the story that we have on, excuse me, on the website, depetro.com. And we actually broke the story when this happened, and it is official. Um, but it is every North Providence women arrested at this youth game. Now, again, it's easy picking. Low hanging fruit is to knock the appearance of these two degenerates arrested at a youth game, two parents fighting at a youth football game. And we have their photos. Everyone is commenting on the lashes on both of them that you can see. So, North Providence police put this out. Two parents arrested, youth football game. The game was at North Providence High School. So, Sunday, October 6th, this past Sunday, Kayla Card, age 33, and Amber Spar, age 35, a physical altercation, attendance of a youth football game their children were participating in. I think they're called the North Providence Jets. So they've been charged with disorderly conduct, trespass, all future events, and they have to be in court coming up on the 17th. So now what's different about this? Number one, you don't see women arrested all the time. You don't see women arrested for fighting all the time. But I believe there should be more, and hear me out. I don't know these individuals. Sometimes, by the way, when we, cover a story like this, we have these people that say, oh, looks like the media is bored. Just like the Patrick Pass thing. Oh, looks like the media is bored. No, not at all. There's actually, a major storm that's going to hit. There's other major news. But what this type of story, it's everything wrong. It's not only everything wrong with, obviously, this isn't a matter of parents that want their best for their kids. This is youth football. These two individuals to actually cause this type of a commotion. I want you to think for a moment. Can you imagine you're a child and you're playing in a youth football game? Or, I don't know these mothers, if their children, I don't know if they actually have a child playing. Is one of the children perhaps involved with cheerleading? You don't know if they're the aunt or a friend that goes. I mean, I don't know the nature of that, but I'm just trying to. It is unimaginable to me to your child. You're at a youth game, and one of your parents is arrested, and in this case, two females fighting at a youth football game. That is the least they can do is ban them from going to any future games. It is embarrassing. It is part of people, and people knock social media, but social media shows people fighting on airplanes. It shows people fighting at airports. It shows them fighting all over the place. It's these shows like The Real Housewives, and Bravo has these shows, and they're fighting, and these people, they start to emulate them, and they start to think that it's actually okay to behave like this. This is embarrassing. There's no excuse. It is abhorrent behavior. Forget about just terrible role models. And here's the thing. When we do these stories, you get people, they try a passive aggressive approach. What did they ever do to you? I don't know these two white trash individuals. I don't know them at all. Kayla Card and Amber Spar. I have no idea. And everyone's commenting on their eyelashes, and obviously they look husky, to put it mildly. But the fact that it's a youth football game at the high, and it's the fact that it's a Sunday means it's not North Providence high school football, it's youth football. I think they're called the Jets. But there needs to be more called out. That is completely unacceptable behavior. And one of the things I like about that we do with Road Patrol is, but somebody will reach out and say, well, what did they ever do to you? Oh, you must know them. Oh, you must have something against them. No, they were arrested North Providence police put out the press release. How do you think I got the blanking mug shots? How do you think I have all this? I had someone on Instagram, well, where's the video of the fight? I have no idea where the video is of the fight. Like the reaction of people. Well, you shouldn't just put out their faces without showing us the fight. Where do these people get off thinking they're judge and jury? Last night, Road Patrol Live, we're in Pawtucket. Do these people not? And actually, we see it happen quite a bit. They're standing out in front of their home, and they've just decided they're upset, so they're going to start just yelling, and they're belligerent, and they're cursing. And I see some of the neighbors, and they're like, what is going on? There has to be more about this type of public behavior. As much as we can knock it, it's total gutter, it's total trailer. It's you look at them, they are just trash. And by the way, it's not a racist statement. They're white. Oh, you just don't like women. It has nothing to do with that. No, it's unacceptable behavior. But there's more of it. And I don't hear anyone mention the fact how inappropriate that is. And it constantly goes on. Now, I'm not going to pick on North Providence. We're in and out of North Providence quite a bit. It started a little bit like the Patrick Pass story. He was arrested, mugshot. He's accused of assaulting an 82-year-old man. The first thing that happens is the wife of Patrick Pass is on my Facebook page. Well, the media must be pretty bored today. And then other people, what do you have against him? I don't even know him. I've never met him. It's news. It's unacceptable behavior. I don't know what part of this that people don't get. Patrick Pass, the police have video of him shoving an 82-year-old man that went tumbling down. Well, he's done a lot in the community. Well, he didn't do a lot for that 82-year-old guy. This person on Instagram, well, you shouldn't these women, you shouldn't put their photos up. I didn't release it. The police did. Maybe they don't realize. Maybe they don't realize you're an adult. You're supposed to go to a child's event and behave yourself. And yeah, you can show support and you can cheer. And, you want to be there in the stands. I've been that parent in the stands. I've been the coach on the field. You're there to participate in your child's activity and be there to cheer in. It's either a good thing or maybe they're sad they lost or they had a bad game, whatever it may be. But you want to be there involved with their activities. But what you don't do is you're not fighting at the game. These people are ridiculous. There's acceptable behavior and then there's unacceptable behavior. But the lines are blurred because you see people no one should be judging these people. No, we can judge these people. They were arrested. They're arrested. People have a right to know. I don't understand that these people. The other night, there was a shooting in Providence. I get messages from people. Don't you have anything better to do than be out there? What are you talking about? There were children there. There were shots fired. There could have been another child shot and killed. And you think it's what? A nuisance? My God. Now, I get it. The people that is, listen, number one, it doesn't persuade me not to. Number two, the people that are sending that normally are connected to whoever it is that was arrested. Just like Saturday night, we're in Cranston. Someone was very seriously, and I don't mind if we have to be the program to point this stuff out. Saturday night, you have a stabbing in Cranston. So very serious. They're treating the young person, I don't know how old, but a younger person, into the rescue. So the family that arrives at the hospital causes such a ruckus at Hasbro Children's Hospital, they have to shut the hospital down. So we're there on scene. So the parents at Hasbro, other parents, by the way, other families, are wondering what exactly is going on. Oh my goodness, what happened? And blah, blah, blah. And so then for those of you that saw it, we were, oh good, I'll look for that. We were highlighting they figured out that it was connected to the incident. And then what's the reaction of the people? Now they're in the house, their front yard, even though they've paved over the grass, so then they get a more of a driving spot, whatever, is a crime scene, and there's blood and police are there and they have it blocked off and the whole thing. And so their reaction is to make obscene gestures to me from the window. I mean, these people can't get out of their own way. Now, someone just sent me, let me see if I can pull. This is Kayla Card Facebook. Let's see if I can pull this up at 118. Oh, they're still going at it, this person claims. All right, I'll look at that. Oh, I see. She's posting some. Everyone wants to talk about a code of conduct when it fits their narrative. You want to say it's about the kids. You want to say the kids need to be safe. Here's the proof. Your kid's body's being used to test dummies all week. I started recording practice plays my son. He enjoys watching. He's constantly getting hit from behind, but the coaches never addressed it. So now she's going after the coaches. Well, then, hey, don't have your child play football. I don't know what to tell you. Don't have your child play football then. I'm not here to make, dropping certain language. I'm here to support my son. I talk to nobody. I mind my business. I don't need nor want new friends. Well, you're still gossiping, clicky. I'm actually locked into my kid's practice. So I actually want to know what the blank is going on. Well, listen, I have no idea of the ability of her child. I have no idea if I know that if you're a coach, you want to tread lightly having someone like this. I actually I think we can probably share this onto our page, I believe. Hopefully we can. So people, yeah, I think we can. So people can see for themselves. Nope, that's not the one I want. Well, anyway, all right, let me stay on schedule. So, there you have it. There you have the mother. You're a parent. Why are you using that type of language on social media? These people, they can't. They're not people you want to be around. And I'm gonna tell a story in just a moment. But folks, I want to stay on schedule because it is a big day between Governor McGreed and some of the other stories. But again, you can log on to petro.com. They're just I'll get to it in just a moment, and I will share the page so people can see what we're talking about. Here's an option. Then the child doesn't have to play the sport. There's ways to do it, or you quietly approach the coaches in a professional, calm manner, out of distance where your child can hear, and say, "I'm a little concerned about this," or "Could you explain why this is happening? I have some questions." You can start it with the preface of, he likes being on the team, he enjoys the sport, we don't want to make any waves. However, and then, go ask some questions. I'm not saying you don't have a right to, but you don't just start posting stuff. Folks, I also want to share with you that I have people, they come to me, "Hey, will you expose this? This happened to blah, 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 my child at school." And then I say, have you spoke to the principal? No. Have you spoke to the superintendent? No. Who's your state representative? I don't know. Who's on your school committee? I don't know. But I want you to blast these people. I'm not doing that. You follow there's certain areas you go to, and channels, I should say, that you follow through before it would ever get to me. The decision making here, will you blast these people? Who is this? Oh, they live below me in the apartment. Have you talked to the landlord? No. Have you talked to the police? No. Have you contacted your city council, town council? No. But I want you to what do you think this is? I'm not doing that. God. And now you have the mother. I'll share the page trying to justify. Ugh. Oh my God. Just rubbish is what it is. Now, here's the other thing. As we're bringing these third world people from all these different countries, not good, not good, because they're learning bad habits and who they're living. They're living amongst trash. Saturday night, though, can you imagine? There's some kind of an incident. A young person, I don't know the exact age, stabbed, had to be taken by rescue to Hasbro Children's Hospital. They caused such a ruckus that the hospital has to be put on lockdown with police screaming, carrying on a scene, threatening the doctors, threatening the nurses, and then making obscene gestures to me outside, filming the police. Absurdity. But it needs to be called out. Wrong. You don't behave that way. Be an adult. I'm going to touch on the homeless thing for just a moment, by the way. Also, folks, this portion of the program is brought to you by AJ Home Improvement. Now, listen, you want to improve your home or business, and you should. Contact AJ Home Improvement, 401 323 9252. Frame to finish basements, acoustical ceilings, new homes, additions, commercial rehabs, painting, remodeling. They can do it all. Call them for a free quote, 401 323 9252, 401 323 9252. AJ Home Improvement. Acoustical ceilings, new homes, additions, commercial rehabs. Maybe you have an unfinished basement, garage. Maybe you need the inside of your home painted or business. AJ Home Improvement, 401 323 9252. Now, sometimes in the past, I might reach out to someone like this North Providence mom, and say, hey, how would you like to be a guest on the program? You can tell us exactly what happened. I might still do that. Now, the only thing is, though, many times these types of individuals, we have to explain to them what language is appropriate and what language is inappropriate, because they don't seem to know the difference of what might be appropriate and what might be inappropriate. Boy, the profile pic is much different than I can't get it for the show page. All right. I will get in touch with her. Because but a lot of times what I wanted to say was I have to explain to them that, oh, you can't use that language. They don't they don't realize that. Oh, can I not? No, you can't. No, no, you can't. I know obviously you use it in everyday life. Would you like to be a guest? Guest to discuss what happened. But but it's all predicated on that then they need to be able to watch their language, because when I've tried it sometimes in the past, they here we go. Let me just put North Providence adult arrested. There we go. I just shared her page to the to our Facebook page. Let me just see. There's a bunch of comments. I look at these people. Well said. So true. This other person, my son barely gets on the field come gay time. She right. I think you missed the point. I'm not talking about playing time. And then all these people are yeah, he plays for the Central Falls Panthers. Now all these mothers complaining. It's funny how you'd never mention the child complaining his arm hurt the entire practice, having to get a helmet to the elbow. That's why he couldn't play. Wow, then they're posting video of these kids. God, these kids are young. I think this is flag football that I'm looking. Oh, all right. Then it moves into the helmets. There's a lot. You can go through it. Now they're still arguing. Listen, a lot of these people like to argue. I want to talk about the reaction to the homeless. We put up a homeless encampment by the I receive. It's right across from the malls near 295. It's not the only homeless encampment, by the way, but we did post a video of it, and I want to touch on it. But folks, this portion of our program, remember, this is perfect weather to get your driveway paved. Letter J, J Perry Paving. Call them today, 401 732 1730. Whether it's your driveway or maybe a parking lot, J Perry Paving, 401 732 1730. That's a huge improvement for your home or business. And maybe you and I've seen where a couple of neighbors all decide, yeah, we're all going to get our driveway paved, and you get a better deal that way. High quality, fair pricing, exceptional service makes a huge difference with your property. Get a free estimate. J Perry Paving, serving Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Call them, 401 732 1730. I share their Facebook page, letter J, J Perry Paving. They do exceptional work. I've gone out and filmed them because it's a work of art when they're completed. And there's no one better to veterans. They have a special package for veterans. Letter J, J Perry Paving, 401 732 1730. So I posted, someone sent me some video of these homeless encampments. And I'm always, some of the people say, well, did you stop and go and help them? When I post a video, first of all, I didn't film it. Someone filmed it and sent it to me. Did you go and why is that would be my role? There are people employed in in that field. But someone actually put to me, and you have the whole narrative. You people should be careful. God could put you in that place. God in a second could make you homeless and put you with them. As if, I don't know. I mean, Catholic school education for 12 years. Part of that is you study other religions. I'm somewhat familiar with the religions. I am unaware. The religion that I am part of, which is Roman Catholic, we don't believe in a puppet and a string, God, God's will. God, why is there a drunk driver that kills a 5-year-old child? God's will. Why is Florida going to get hit by this storm? That's just God's will. God is testing the people of Florida. I mean, those are not my beliefs. And such as that God would actually take you and put you down an encampment, say, see how you like that. That's not the God that I believe to. I believe man has free will. There's a lot of different factors that come into events that happen during the course of the day. But no, I don't think God says, I'm going to take this drunk driver and I'm going to make him hit this family and take that family out. No, I don't believe that. God allows man free will for the person to drink in that manner and then get behind the wheel and so forth. But anyhow, someone said to me, hey, whoa, that could be you sleeping in one of those tents. What would you do if you were homeless? And it's an interesting question. And I'll answer the question. I'm not upset by it. I I don't exactly accept the premise as though it's someone coming down with the common cold, such as, that could be you that has that. But nonetheless, I will answer that. And the answer is, see, I believe, as someone that I have studied it and dealt with them and so forth, when you make that decision to go full homeless in the encampment, your entire day is preoccupied with being homeless. Such as, when you get up, the first thing you got to figure out is you have to go somewhere, you have to get food, and then you have to go, hopefully, but find a shower, and then you have to worry about lunch, and then you have to worry about dinner, and then you have your belongings. And then during the course of the day, I'm sure, there's various things going on. And where are you going to use the bathroom? And are you going to be able to take a shower that day? And whatever have you. My point is, see, I believe, since the person asked me the question, so to answer that, I believe you work your way out of it. So I'll answer the question. You get 3 jobs. You're always working. Because if you're always working, then at least you could have some money. And it wouldn't even matter what the jobs are. Maybe during the day, you are a dishwasher at a restaurant. Every restaurant still needs someone to do that. You're a dishwasher at a restaurant, and then maybe you work at another one at night, and then maybe on the weekends, you have a third job, what have you. But if you're always working, at least then you're getting income. And then at the very least, you if you have some sense of money, if you're at a restaurant, you do get a lunch break and a dinner break, so then your meals are taken care of. And on the weekend, you had money to go to the laundromat and get your clothes clean. But to ask the question, find someone you know or could refer you and say, if you really could, I will pay you if I can sleep in your garage. What would be the price that you would allow me at night where I could keep my stuff and just sleep in your garage? And then Planet Fitness you can join for $10. So you wake up, you go to Planet Fitness where you could use the facilities and shower, and then go to work, work all day, work into the night, and then at night you go to the garage that you're renting for, I don't know, $50 a week. What would it be worth it to you? I want to sleep in your garage and I'll pay you $100 a week. I need to be able to keep my clothes there, and I'm going to sleep there so that I'm inside. Maybe you sleep in a tent in the garage. I don't know. But the answer is you work your way out of it. And then you're always working, because then if you're always working, then you're always earning money, and then the money could get you out of it. I know there's a housing crisis, but what you don't do is just pitch a tent on private property or public land, and then because then it's day-to-day survival. So to answer that question, did I go and help those people? No, I'm very busy with my time, and that's not one of them. Number one, I didn't film it. Number two, no, I didn't go, hey, how can I help you? There are people that are paid on the state payroll, and there were people paid with these nonprofits. The head of Crossroads makes like $300,000 a year. There are people that work with the homeless. I'm just not one of them. So, but to answer that question, no, you can't just camp out on public property. You can't pitch a tent at a ball field or in a park or at the public library. That's not how it works. That's also not leading to you're still in day-to-day survival. How you can't leave your belongings that long. Someone will come along and steal them. So, and they're not supposed to be there anyway. And it is going to get rainy and it is going to get cold. So that answers that question. Now, this portion of the program is brought to you by Watson Materials. Call them today, 401-885-0600. Watson Materials, largest selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island. Now, when you check out their Facebook page, you see what your property could look like outside, and maybe you are someone that is in this field. Watson Materials Landscape Supply Center, landscape lighting, pavers, retaining walls, natural stone, cobblestone, decorative stone. Watson Materials, complete selection of landscape materials in Rhode Island. Call them for a free quote, 401-885-0600. Talk to them, maybe you're doing the project, 401-885-0600 for Watson Materials. Now, Cindy contacted me. Cindy wants to throw a birthday party for her grandson. Heard me talking about a place. She said it sounds ideal. But I didn't catch the name. Cindy, you want to contact Kids Club on the Pike, right on the Cranston-Johnston line, right off of 295. Birthday parties, team celebrations, before and after school programs, preschool programs. Kids Club on the Pike. Find them online. You have to see their videos. It's immaculate. It's designed for either little children, 2 years old, or 13, 14-year-olds, and every age in between. But they have games they can play, plus there's an area where they can eat. Kids Club on the Pike. You're going to love it. Right on the Cranston-Johnston line. Perfect venue. It's Kids Club on the Pike, and online at kidsclubonthepikeri.com. Well, folks, good afternoon at 1:37. This is the real news. I mean that because you're going to start to hear it more as as it starts to get colder. Surprise, surprise. There have been all these people since April and May that have been living outside, and then it's going to be a problem. You also see, can you imagine right now in Florida? Suddenly now, all of the homeless in Florida that say, I just want to live outside. Okay. Now you're going to be living ideally in a shelter or you're going to be washed out. This isn't what's about to hit Florida. And again, I mean, I have not one, two children that are there, not just there, but in the Tampa or were the Tampa area and had to quickly leave that area because what you're about to see tragically, if everything stays as is the type of destruction that I'm not sure we've ever seen anything like what's about to happen. It's supposed to hit tonight, then go through all day Thursday into Thursday night. And then on Friday, Saturday, we'll start to get some sense of the type of damage. And then thankfully, it's going out to sea. It's not coming north the way they do sometimes. But if anyone could handle it, it would be Florida Governor Ron DeSantis would be able to. It's tough. They just had a storm, as you've heard. There's still debris. There's going to be projectiles. There's all kinds of. They haven't even cleaned up from the last storm, and they're not even out of the woods yet. Listen, you can't control it. There could be a third storm that's going to come barreling towards Florida next week or the week after. You can't control that. We can kind of laugh. I was talking with someone last night saying, can you only imagine? Thank God this isn't happening. But if this was happening, like how would Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee fare in something like this? I mean, he can't handle day to day, bright, sunny day, dry. It's a challenge. The answer is they wouldn't be able to. I mean, the state, I don't even know what would happen. The state would be, Rhode Island would be closed for the next year if something like this happened. They can't manage things when everything's running smoothly, let alone something like that. This is going to be difficult, but I think you're going to see real leadership step up. And that's what I think, and I would argue what this election is actually about and should be about is leadership. Who's truly prepared to lead? What we have right now in Rhode Island is we have void of leadership. There's nobody steps up. There's no one that steps up and does the right thing. There's no one that says this is wrong. Now, you can't always just say this is wrong. You have to say this is right. We don't have that. And what you're seeing play out on the national stage, Harris doing this media blitz tour on drinking a beer with Stephen Colbert, as if that means anything. Going on with Stern, who's so insulting to all the Trump supporters. Going on The View, that no one sees a leader. She's not a leader. DeSantis is a leader. I think Nikki Haley is a leader. I think the governor of Texas is a leader. You could even argue Biden all those years in the Senate and running for president, winning the nomination, getting elected president, running for re-election, and again getting elected. You could at least make the leadership argument for all his flaws. You may not like his leadership, but you could make the argument for leadership. What you're seeing right now is complete lack of leadership. Harris doesn't have it. One of the things that I think that people like about the NFL is on a weekly basis, look at what happens. Andy Reid, regardless of what people think, that is an example of a successful organization, meaning the Chiefs. He's the general, and he's got Mahomes as general on the field, and with everything swirling around them. and all the attention and the championships and then the Taylor Swift factor. And every game they play in is the biggest game for the other team. And it's rough and it's violent. And it is a right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are an example of a successful organization built on strong leadership. It's just a fact. Mahomes is the general on the field. Reed is the general on the sidelines. People in and out. I just think that's a big part of it. That was a big part of the Patriot way. People liked and respected and had confidence in the leadership of a Coach Belichick and a Brady on the field and how they were able to execute and run the team. We don't have that. Harris doesn't have it. I'll tell you that much. Harris doesn't have it. Definitely not. In Rhode Island, for Dan McKee to be away for over 2 weeks, he returns to the state. Hasbro, it's a matter of time. They're leaving. He didn't even know Hasbro was leaving, and they're leaving. CVS is cutting staff. The bridge is still a disaster. I went over it last night. The real thing with the bridge is they really don't know what to do. And the bridge is throwing up traffic everywhere. And the union leaders keep making demands. And to come back and your first time in front of the media is a press conference for the Governor's Cup of URI versus Brown. I mean, that URI versus Brown for the Governor's Cup, that tells me all I need to know. That he is, tragically, folks, he is checked out. He doesn't want to be the governor anymore. He just wants the fun stuff. He wants to travel. He wants to go on vacation. He wants to get to sit on the 50-yard line at a football game. He's the grandfather governor. He doesn't want to have to do the heavy lifting. He shouldn't be there then. He shouldn't be there. He is totally checked out on our situation. So that doesn't help us. It doesn't help the businesses. Doesn't help the danger the state is in. It also doesn't help. Governor McKee is so tone deaf that if you think things are bad now, you wait till a J.D. Vance Trump administration comes in, because they're going to turn off the spigot. Why? Why should they keep throwing him money that he blows through and they line their pockets with? $4 billion for the bridge. $4 billion for the bridge. And it's a disaster. And no one fired, no one suspended, and the feds have to come in and investigate. I am telling you right now, we can do better. We deserve better. There are better people out there. It ain't him. Hey, the Jets just torched their coach. You know what? We paid all that money for Aaron Rodgers. We're not winning. You're out. All right, last year you didn't have him. That is the cutthroat nature of sports, specifically the NFL. Boom, gone. Should have won that game in London. Winnable game for the Jets. Lost. Very questionable play calling. Can't fire all the players on the team. Coach fired. Boom. You're out. We're going to try someone else. Would the Patriots do that with Gerard Mayo? Probably not. Gerard Mayo's not far behind either. That is the team. They are a poorly coached team. Anyone that follows, now I used to cover the Patriots. I used to go up to Gillette every Wednesday for the media availability. You get a chance to ask Brady questions, get a chance to ask Belichick questions. It was great. I love watching the NFL. You can see well-coached teams, you see poorly coached teams. So many penalties, too many men on the field, poorly managed clock. This is a poorly coached team. Terrible play calling. The only thing they could do was run, and then all of a sudden they start passing. Poorly got people getting arrested now, strangling people, a little bit of nose candy. They got blow in the wallet, and he's one of the captains. Joke. But if you're wondering, We don't have leadership. We don't. The fish stinks, rots from the head down. I mean, McKee is not the guy. He's so not the guy. And it's anyone that thinks that that guy is gonna get us out of the situation right now, you're fooling yourself. Now, with all of this talk about storms and what could happen, I implore you to contact JD's Lawn Care Tree Service. Get your trees trimmed now. 401 441 0154. JD Lawn Care Tree Service. They can do it all. I share their Facebook page. Call them 401 441 0154. I also want to remind you, maybe you'd like to trade in your vehicle right now. Maybe you'd like to get a pre-owned vehicle right now. Maybe you'd like a safe vehicle right now. Folks, Volare Motors, quality pre-owned vehicles, largest selection of Volvos in Rhode Island. Stop it and see Paul right on Park Avenue in Cranston. Volare Motors. Great prices, great vehicles, great service. Volare Motors in Cranston. 27 years of specialized Volvo sales and service. Stop it and see my friend Paul Staskavich and Stephen the mechanic at Volare Motors. So here we are on this Wednesday, October 9th, and the clock is ticking, and Monday is Columbus Day, and we're also for all something there's so many things that are being addressed right now that they're all falsehoods, and the clock is ticking with the election, and I am telling you, this is an important election. And as I've said, I believe the only thing that could truly straighten out our area, God bless me, Britta. God bless me. Sorry about that, folks. Whew. I got to ease off the cheap blow at night. I was hanging around with Peppers, Jabril. I knew I shouldn't have trusted it. The I'm just kidding. I know. I don't do it. I just like the smell of it. Sometimes people ask me, where do you come all the energy for road patrol? It's not that. I assure you it's not that. But you're seeing that we have to worry about, what about all the illegals that are in Florida? What's going to happen to them? Who's going to take care of them? Are they going to be turned away at a shelter? When you have a country where people are just coming in and out, and there's no opportunity, and you're not tracking everyone that is in the country, so these are some of the problems. Suddenly, you have someone who came into the country, and they've decided they're going to try to Afghanistan, who wants to cause havoc in our country on election day. No control over who's coming in. This is so frightening what's going to take place in Florida. It is. But closer to home, to me, it's another example. Let me just see this. Fox News offers one final pitch to get Trump and Harris to debate again. Voters appear to be increasingly unlikely to see another debate over a month. Fox News said today it invited the campaigns to debate in Pennsylvania either October 24th or 27th, one final pitch to participate for Election Day. It'd be moderated by Brett Beer and Martha McCullum. Same rules as the year's other two debates. So it's very possible. Now, I know Harris wants it. We know Harris wants it. She's agreed to a debate October 23rd, CNN, but President Trump has denied that. I don't know. As much as do I think, yes, I think there should be another debate. I think we should have more debates. I would be in favor of, I don't know about this time around, but other people have talked about there should be a process that if you're going to be the nominee, that you have to agree to debate. And I know for everyone saying right now that they don't want President Trump to debate, we did learn a lot by the Biden debate, without question. As much as President Trump, in some ways, didn't perform as well as he could have in this past debate, at least, we did learn about what's going on in Springfield with the dogs and the cats and the pets. But for everyone that says President Trump shouldn't agree to debate, and I'm kind of in that camp because I'm not convinced he'd be treated fairly. However, let's just say you had a Democrat president and it was the Republican pushing that they want debates. Debates are still important. You should have to get up and defend yourself. The debate served J.D. Vance very well, and it really has had the governor of Minnesota struggling since that last one. So part of me says they should have to get on a debate stage. I'm sure, Governor McKee would not want to debate anyone in a primary coming up. I don't like that. And look at Patricia Morgan right now is bending over backwards, and it's so hard for her to try to get a debate with Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. I do think that if you're going to be the candidate, you should have to get up onto a debate stage and explain yourself and argue your positions and make it clear about where you stand on things and do it on your feet, unscripted, in that type of forum. We saw what happened to Biden. He was unable to string two sentences together and stay focused. Folks, this portion of our program is brought to you by Propane Plus. Call them today, 401 885 4209. Propane Plus Heating and Cooling in Massachusetts, 508 252 3359 for Propane Plus, whether it's residential or commercial. If you use propane, you're going to love Propane Plus. They also have, you could use a propane tank to have a nice little outdoor fire pit to sit around, which is a lot of fun in the fall. Check out their website, propaneplus.com, heating and cooling. You can depend on Propane Plus. So that's interesting that Fox News tried a last minute pitch. This would be it. I don't know. I mean, Pennsylvania seems to be the state that could decide an election. Now I'm looking at these latest headlines. Once in a lifetime storm set for Tampa and Sarasota. Hurricane Milton, landfill tonight. 145-mile-per-hour winds, terrifying simulation, could forever change the coastline. 1,500 gas stations out of fuel. Looters could meet shooters. Zoo staff to ride it out with the animals. I think I even saw it's possible 160 miles an hour. This is a frightening, frightening storm. As a parent, as a child who attends UT, I don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen. But this is a frightening scenario, and part of me says the hurricane is going to dominate the airwaves. That I'm not convinced that President Trump needs to do the debate, because the hurricane is going to end up dominating. Harris is desperate right now. Harris, she doesn't like it. It's too close. The independents seem to be undecideds are breaking for Trump. Harris needs another debate desperately. Hurricane's going to take a lot of the oxygen of the election. Can't cover everything. If she's having a rally somewhere and there's devastating destruction that could take over the media landscape starting tonight and then all through, who knows how long it could go on. I don't know if it's worth giving her another debate. Folks, I want to remind you now, if you're listening or watching, this is the real news. If you are thinking of improving your kitchen or bathroom, contact Dreammaker today, 401 433 7272. Dreammaker, bath or kitchen. Beautiful state-of-the-art design center right on Greenwich Avenue in Warwick. They're right near Crown Plaza. They're right next to Kachai. Dreammaker, Dennis and Christina. These are the type of people that you want to do business with. They are totally professional. Dreammaker, one-stop shop, take you from concept to completion. With Dreammaker, it's respect, integrity, customer focus. And there are so many things they can do for your home. Dreammaker, transition from dreams to reality. If you're thinking of redoing your kitchen or bathroom, contact Dreammaker today. Give them a call, set an appointment. their state-of-the-art showroom, or you could pop by and see them in Warwick. 401-433-7272 for Dream Maker. Well, folks, good afternoon. Right now it's 1:58. Yes, we're going to do Road Patrol Live later. Last night, that was pretty interesting. You know, we were in East Providence. There was a fight at a hair salon. Someone didn't like the new hairstyle they got. Then we were in Pawtucket. That was a dicey situation. That was a dicey situation. And then we ended up, we were in Providence, but then we ended up in West Warwick, where there was an armed robbery. And right now, the amount of lawlessness in the state, the amount of lawlessness in the country, we need a return to law and order. The stories coming out of Texas with it now, some of these illegals are breaking into people's garage. They follow them into the garage, that story, that woman. They break in, they hold her at gunpoint or knife point at her own home. There's 4 of them. I mean, it's so terrifying how and by the way, last night, Hispanic man with the armed robbery in West Warwick, they believe that's an illegal. There's so much of this that is going on. We need a change. We can't continue. I don't think we can continue down this path. Folks, don't forget to visit the website, depetro.com, and we have the merch in the shop, Road Patrol Live. We have the pint glasses, we have t-shirts, we have hats, we have mugs. We will be very active later. So let's see what happens in the next 24 hours in Florida as they brace for this. This seems like the real deal. All right, listen, enjoy this Wednesday. We will be out patrolling around the road later on. Stay tuned for the 2 o'clock news. We're back on the radio tomorrow at 11.